Hello listeners, and welcome back to the Harder Show's special Halloween presentation crossover with the Dreadfiles. I hope that you enjoyed last week's episode, Volume 2, in which we dove into two of my stories. The face in the mirror is not my own, and I'm writing this in case I'm gone tomorrow. We are at the end of the special crossover presentation with the Dreadfiles and the Harder Show, with Volume 3, in which I am sharing two of my favorite tales that I have actually written for the Dreadfiles. And I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do, and enjoy listening to this as much as I enjoyed recording it for you. This has been a wonderful experience over the last couple of weeks, and I hope that you guys enjoyed these narrations that I did for you. I do have one more special episode planned for you guys, and I'm not going to say anything yet because it's going to be a bit of a surprise. However, if you have enjoyed these narrations and you enjoy horror-related content, I think you are really, really going to enjoy what I have for you guys. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, I would like to get into these two stories that I have here for you today, two of my favorites that I have written over the last few months. I hear voices behind my music, and they say there's a man who lives in the lake. I hear voices behind my music. Case file number 00265. The following is a post from the now-deleted Facebook account of Brendan Eagers, a music business management student. The information below has been edited from his previous unintelligible state for ease of reading. The post reads as follows. Brendan Eagers, April 6th, at 2:36 a.m. What's on my mind, Facebook? What's on my mind? I'll tell you what's on my mind. Quiet, everlasting peace, the permanent silence that I would give absolutely anything to experience. They won't stop. They haven't stopped for weeks. I'm going fucking crazy. I have to be crazy. That's the only explanation. The alternative, it's too much. It's just too much. My dad always said, if you wear those headphones all the time, you'll mess up your hearing. As if that would deter me. He never said anything about hearing fucking voices. Why didn't he say anything about that? I would have listened back then. I would have. I swear. I didn't know. I just didn't know. It started with that weird demo link I was sent. I can't even remember the guy's name now. He said he got my name from a friend and found out I was a music business student, wanted to get my opinion on his band's sound. I figured, why not, right? What's the harm? A lot of fucking harm, Brennan. A lot of fucking harm. The music was pretty good. A basic 5-song demo, decent production, kind of trippy sound, instrumental rock music, but I dug it. I've always been into weird shit, you know? I find myself continuously going back to it like it would be constantly stuck in my head. Everything else just wasn't giving me the same vibe. It would like fucking relax me, you know? It wasn't until I had listened to the demo probably 20 times that I heard it. A voice. Subtle. It fucking tripped me out. It sounded like someone was talking to me, but I couldn't really make out what they were saying. I'd keep taking my headphones off, but no one was around. I really, really dig these songs. Did I already say that? They're fucking great. Really great. These guys are going to change the game. I just wish the voices would go away now. That's all. Just for a little bit even. They spoke to me, said my name so clearly while I was vibing, I thought my dad had called me or something, so I went downstairs, but he wasn't even home. It wasn't until it spoke my name again that I realized it was coming from my headphones. Brendan, 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 Brendan. Over and over again, like it was trying to get my attention. I tried talking to it, but it just repeated my name. It freaked me out, but the songs are so fucking good, guys. You seriously have got to hear them. You get used to the voices. I just wish they wouldn't talk to me while I'm trying to sleep. A few weeks went by and the voices multiplied. It started speaking to me more. It would say things like, you know what you need to do, or I'll always be with you, I'll always be whispering. Weird shit like that. The fucked up thing is, I started hearing it even when I took my headphones off, which isn't a lot. I always got to be listening to that demo. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. Have you guys heard it? You've got to check it out. I wish they wouldn't whisper. It makes it way worse. When I'm trying to sleep, I hear them. When I'm trying to talk to someone, I hear them. I just leave my headphones on now. At least if I can hear the music, it makes it a little more bearable. The voices are telling me something different now, and have been for days. I'm really scared. They're telling me that I need to leave. That I need to leave this world, that I don't belong here. I don't want to leave, I tell them. They just won't stop pestering me until I'm gone. Maybe they're right. The music is so fucking good. The voices are so good. They're right. Maybe I don't belong in this world. The voices won't lie. The music won't lie. It's so fucking good. So good. So good. Have you heard it? You've got to hear it. Maybe you'll hear the voices too. The demo is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going now. I think it's for the best. I told the voices that I would do it. They're comforting me now. They're right. It's time. I'm off to join them. Have you heard the demo? It's so fucking good. The demo link, it's right here. And it's so fucking good. The post ends. Throughout the original post, the link to the demo in question was posted a total of 73 times throughout the post, all in awkward places throughout each paragraph, making the original post almost unreadable. The link was removed and the content of the link is currently under investigation. No other information has been found on the individual who contacted Brendan, as the account used was a bot. Brendan Eagers was found dead in his bedroom on April 6 at 9:23 a.m. by his father after he did not wake up at his usual time. Brendan Eagers' death was ruled a suicide. They say there's a man who lives in the lake. Case file number 01472. Following has been transcribed from a series of text messages sent by Emily Quinn on the night of August 21st, 2019 at approximately 11:21 p.m. The text messages read as followed. They say there's a man who lives in the lake. At night he watches and always waits. He waits for you, he waits for me. He waits to take us all for a swim. Dad, I don't know if you'll get this, but I need to tell you what happened to me. I didn't listen and I know I should have. I just wanted to prove stupid Uncle Ryan wrong, get him back for scaring me for all these years. I wanted to prove to myself, too, that there is no man who lives in the lake. Uncle Ryan always sang that stupid song. I guess it was from when he was a kid. Some stupid local legend here at the lake. He always sang it to me as a kid, and he'd even prank me by sitting under the dock and grabbing my feet late at night when I'd go out to look at the stars. You always had one rule ever since I was young.
Emily, make sure you never go in the water after dark.
You said it was due to the fact that there were a bunch of drownings at night, that the people responsible for the lake made it clear to everyone on it that it was important to follow the rule. I never understood it. At times I'd see people out on the water well past midnight. No one ever said a word to them. It seemed like you were just trying to be controlling. I asked you the other day about the legend, if that's why you were scared to let me in the water. You said no, but I know you were lying. I can tell when you lie to me. You're not really good at it, Dad. I thought you were just scared. Maybe Uncle Ryan scared you one too many times too? I wanted to rebel, I guess. To show you how unreasonable you were being. That telling me not to be in the water at night was so silly. You fell asleep early, so I took the boat out. I just wanted to go for a little ride around the lake. I made sure it had plenty of gas, and I brought the spare paddles too. I'm even wearing a life jacket. I got about halfway out. It was so beautiful. The wind hitting my face, the peace and quiet, the stars in the sky, and the sound of the bugs playing like a symphony as I slowly chugged along. I was staring into the water, looking at the reflections of the stars, when I saw something. It was something I didn't expect to see. It was a face of a man in the water. It took me by surprise, but I thought my eyes were just playing tricks on me. I thought about that stupid song and I laughed it off. The only thing was, Dad, I saw it again. This time it was undeniable. There was the face of a man in the water. His eyes were closed and he was just floating there. I saw it so clearly, but when I turned to grab the flashlight and the life jacket, he was gone. I slowed down and circled back, shining my light in the water. I thought maybe someone needed help. I slowly circled around the area I saw him at as I moved the light. Suddenly I saw him again, only this time his eyes were open and he was staring at me. I jumped back in the boat. He slowly sank deeper into the water as he stared at me. I immediately started back towards the dock. I couldn't believe what I saw. The songs, they were all true. The man of the lake. He's real. I saw him. His eyes, they're dark. His skin is so pale. His hair is so long and straggly. And he has a big, long, gross beard. Is he even human, Dad? I've called you several times now and you won't pick up. Please pick up. I even tried calling Uncle Ryan and he isn't answering either. I was only a few meters away from where I saw him when the engine made a strange noise and it just stopped dead. Almost like something had been caught in the propeller. But I know I didn't hit anything. I was careful. I panicked for a minute because it was so strange. Then I grabbed the paddles and started moving back towards the dock. I didn't get very far. After a few strokes, my left paddle hit something. It was hard, almost like a rock. It just stopped moving. No matter what I did, I couldn't move it. Then it was ripped out of my hand. It was so quick. I started to scream for help and tried using the other paddle on both sides, and before I knew it, that paddle was gone too. Ripped right from my hands as I screamed and pleaded for help. I held on for a minute, but the force pulling it was so strong. I sat for a minute and cried as I heard scratches on the bottom of the boat, like fingernails being slowly dragged across it. It got faster and faster, almost like someone was trying to get through the boat. I debated on jumping into the water and swimming back with my life jacket, but when I looked over the edge of the boat, he was there again. Staring at me. His dead eyes almost looked right through me. The scratches on the bottom of the boat won't stop. I'm so scared, Dad, I don't know what to do. If I jump in the water, he'll get me. If I stay in the boat, will I be safe? I don't feel like I will be. I'm so scared, Dad. The scratching, it's horrible. It sounds like it's moving around to the side of the boat, almost like he's clawing his way onto the boat. It's getting so much louder. I'm so scared, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't listen. Please come get me. Please wake up and see this message. I can hear humming now. It's very faint, but it's terrifying. I can't make out the tune. I'm not sure I want to. But the scratching has stopped. The humming is getting louder, Dad. It's coming from the water. The tune. It's the song Uncle Ryan always sings. It's the man who lives in the lake. He's humming the song. His head must be above the water. I'm too scared to look. Dad, please wake up. I can see his hand. It's on the side of the boat. It's so waterlogged and pale. Dad, he's pulling himself up. Dad, he's coming into the boat. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. Dad, please see this. Please help me. Don't let him take me. Daddy! The last sentence was the final text message sent by Emily Quinn to her father. The following morning, her father received all the messages and immediately called the authorities as he borrowed another boat to go find her. He discovered their boat near the center of the lake. However, Emily Quinn was not in the boat. A life jacket and her cell phone were all found in the boat. After the authorities had arrived, the boat was found to have had several series of scratches on the side of it and underneath. Some of the scratches on the side of the boat and underneath had traces of blood that were determined to belong to Emily Quinn. A full search of the lake and the surrounding area was performed by search and rescue, with no sign of Emily Quinn or her remains. Due to the depth of the lake, it is difficult to fully search the bottom. However, heat signature radar was used and determined that there were no remains at the bottom of the lake. Search and rescue laughed when Emily's father mentioned the man in the lake. Emily Quinn was declared a missing person, and no new information has been discovered about her whereabouts. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the two tales that I had here for you today on Volume 3 of the Harder Show and Dreadfiles crossover, the final edition of this crossover. It was so much fun to do this for you guys. I really hope that you will understand how much I loved doing this, because I really poured my heart into it, and I hope that it came across that way. If you enjoyed this, be sure to check out the links down below for links to the Dreadfiles Reddit account as well as Instagram to keep up with that project. And be sure to stay tuned, as in the next few days, heading to Halloween, I have something very special that I'm going to be dropping for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Cannot wait for you guys to hear it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. With that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Be sure to subscribe to The Harder Show however you are listening, and in a couple of weeks we'll be back to our normally scheduled programming here with some fantastic interviews coming up. Can't wait for that. Have a great rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you in a few days. Happy Halloween.